Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to watch. I've got an update for you guys tonight on your big winter storm that's going to be moving through. Um, we have at first a lot of snow, but then this will start changing to mostly rain as this moves into the northeast. We're going to be taking a look at a lot of these model runs. We're going to be taking a look at our snowfall totals from this storm. And then lastly, we'll be taking a look at the rest of the snowstorms that is yet to come. So we have a big update for you guys. So just get ready for this one, and I'll give you the latest on what we have right now. So as you can see, look at our alerts, and you can see right off the bat that I did say earlier this morning that this actually, well, first of all, this was not a winter storm warning for Michigan. There was no winter storm warning posted for Michigan this morning. So if you look in the update that I did this morning, actually there was no winter storm warning for Michigan. But now you got central Michigan in this winter storm warning, and then you also have a winter weather advisory that goes out for most of Michigan. That winter storm warning also goes out for southeast Wisconsin, north Iowa, and then that winter weather advisory goes out for northern Illinois as well. And then look at all these wind chill advisories. So very low wind chills just because there's another Arctic blast that's going to be heading down south, and that's going to cause the temps to plummet. So watch out for some pretty frigid air if any of you are watching from the north central or just the northern half of the U.S. pretty much. So that's pretty interesting and something we gotta watch because wind chill can be dangerous considering how low the temperatures are going to get. Because the wind chills could value as low as below 30 or below, even maybe below 40. So please stay inside if those wind chills really start affecting you. Montana, please watch out. This goes out for all of Montana. Well, actually, no, not all of Montana, but most of Montana. Minnesota as well. Actually, I think this does go out for all of Minnesota. Same for North Dakota. And yeah, so please just stay safe with those very cold temperatures. So we're going to be taking a look at the southeast, starting off where the severe weather happens. I know that we've been having a lot of severe weather in the past. Well, I think we have a small risk for severe weather with this one, but it's unlikely. So we're actually not going to be taking a look at our severe weather chances just because as of now, they're pretty low. We have a level 1 out of 5. So I decided that I was not going to show that in today's update. But tomorrow morning, if that risk does get uprated, I will for sure include that in my update tomorrow. So we'll get this going. You can see you have your storms starting to fire up. This is midday tomorrow, and then you should start seeing some storms probably by very early in the morning on Monday. So very early in the morning Monday, you start getting a lot of these storms, and just this setup kind of looks already a little bit like a set of severe thunderstorms. So watch out for this because this continues and this does not weaken. And you can see that it doesn't really form a frontal line until 5 a.m. This will be 5 a.m. So this would be So I got my times mixed up, guys. So when I was talking about that your storms would start, this would actually be so early morning tomorrow. So very early morning tomorrow is when you could have these strong storms start to fire up, and then the frontal line forms really just around very early morning Monday. And then that moves through the Carolinas, bring a lot of rainfall to the Carolina coast. They've been getting a lot of rainfall recently. So watch out for that rainfall, guys. You guys in southeast U.S., just watch out for this rainfall and watch out for some gusty thunderstorms that could possibly move through. And then that's pretty much it. And then this leftover precipitation, for now, just ignore this because this is the beginning of our next storm, which we're going to wait and we're going to leave to the last part of the update. But that is your the beginning of your next storm. So that's pretty much it for the southeast. And now we're going to be looking at the north central. So this was 8 a.m. and you had your first piece of energy flying through Iowa, the northern half of Illinois, southern half of Wisconsin, and Michigan. So we get this to 8 p.m. So this is pretty much right now. We have some rain falling in southern Illinois. We have some ice and freezing rain both falling in the central half of Illinois, and then obviously in the northern half where the temperatures are colder, you have your snow. And then this goes for Wisconsin and Michigan. And you can see the reason why the National Weather Service posted that winter storm warning for central Michigan is because watch how much snow is going to fall. It just keeps oozing around and just seems to never leave central Michigan. And it still doesn't leave because your backside of that comes through right after the front of it does. So you're at 2 p.m. and you're just getting snowfall out of Michigan. So it's going to snow for, maybe like 16 hours straight. So just watch out for that very heavy snow. And then that moves out, and that's pretty much it. But just watch out for that heavy snowfall that could fall in northern Illinois, central Michigan, and southern Wisconsin. And then obviously just be aware, you guys in northern Indiana, just watch out for some of that snowfall that could possibly fly around at near you guys tomorrow too. So we're going to be taking a look at the northeast just because pretty much done with the north central. And keep having to put this to 8. Sorry, guys. We get this to 8, and you can see right now we're just getting snow started in upstate New York. So by 11 p.m., you should start seeing some heavy snowfall and steady snowfall falling in upstate New York. And then this pretty much just stays all rain for the interior parts of the Northeast. Just considering that upstate, all the snow is well upstate New York, and then obviously then New Hampshire and Vermont, and then Maine, because they are well elevated a little bit farther up north. But you can see it's pretty much all snow for them. And then, like I said, it's looking like it's going to be all rain for Pennsylvania and New Jersey, same thing, Long Island, obviously. And then Massachusetts, Connecticut, staying all rain. And then that's pretty much it. So I would say you should be done with the precipitation by, like, I guess, morning hours of Monday. So morning hours of Monday. I mean, your main part of the storm is well out to sea, but you could still have some showers flying around. A little bit of a rainy morning for you guys around Delaware. You can see Virginia. You see too that there's some rain flying around. Also in North Carolina, you could have some rain in the morning. But other than that, you should be fine. This little leftover piece of energy could also impact New York City, Connecticut, Rhode Island, but that's gonna move through. Possibly even ocean effect snow for the Boston area. So you could see definitely some snow after the storm moves out. But we don't have enough model run time left to see how far the snow is going to make it. So that'll actually take us to our snow totals for this storm. And you can see that, well, actually, I just want to say, last update I did this morning, we compared the GFS and the Euro, and I pretty much just looked and saw that the GFS looked a little bit more reliable for this storm. So right now we're just going to stick with the GFS. If you guys disagree with me, write down in the comments if you want me to show the Euro again or any other model you want. Just feel free to write in the comments if you want me to show any, I guess you could say, type of weather map, or even just like a weather map for a certain state. I'm all open to it. Just let me know and write down in the comments. But let's get back to our snowfall. So you can see we'll start heading into New York. So we'll start in New York, and you can see you're topping off at 8 inches. This is well upstate New York. This is the border between Canada and New York. Actually, 9 inches of snow. Sorry about that. So you got 9 inches of snow topping off. You got a very small pocket of pretty heavy snow that could move through, bringing a lot of snow that could accumulate pretty fast. So, fast accumulating snow. Here's a secondary system that could come through on the backside of this. Not relative to your major system, but this does show that it's bringing possibly 5 inches of snow in certain areas between the border of Pennsylvania and New York State. And then you can see Ohio topping off at 2 inches of snow. This would go for pretty much central Ohio to eastern Ohio. We'll go to Illinois, topping off at 4 inches of snow. This is going for just northern Illinois. I don't know why, but the GFS is showing a small band of snow that could move through possibly even central Illinois. That could bring 1 inch of snow, but I wouldn't expect any more than that. Southern Wisconsin, you top off at 4 inches for you guys, and then Michigan. I don't know why. It's late, guys. I'm pretty tired, but it's been a long day. But let me get back on track for you guys here. Thank you for being patient. 6 inches of snow could fall in Michigan. That would be the snow totals for pretty much your whole storm. Also, look here in West Virginia, you could have possibly up to 2 inches of snow. So a few inches of snow could fall in West Virginia. And then Kentucky topping off at 1 inch. So for the most part, it's not looking like this will be too major, but just keep in mind that a few inches of snow could fall in widespread areas. So just be on the lookout for that snowfall. Write in the comments if you're seeing any of that snowfall already, but that's going to be it for your snowfall totals. And we'll move on to your busy week / pattern ahead. So we'll break this down. We're going to be taking a look at the timing again. And we're going to be taking a look at the timing and the energy of these storms, just to see what the GFS is saying the time frame is going to be for each system. So we'll start with the GFS for your precipitation. And you can see your first system comes through, and there it goes. And then here's your thunderstorms in the southeast we were talking about in the beginning of the update. Excuse me, guys. And then that moves through. Here's the secondary low, or actually not secondary low, but this forms like a secondary line, I guess, just because I want to show you guys that this will actually form a frontal line as this moves through Alabama and Mississippi. But Once this moves through the Carolinas, the Carolina coast, it'll form another frontal line. So I should say secondary frontal line will form. And then that moves out. You get your second storm behind it. And that brings some snow to a little bit of some areas a little bit farther south this time. So pretty interesting to see that. That could bring snow to Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, and possibly even North Carolina. So watch out for that possible snow. Here's your second system taking place. Also look at this Clipper-like system that could move through. And it looks like a new low will pop down here in the south, bringing yet another possible severe weather event. That one's staying a little bit more true to the southeast. Moves out. You get another system that forms in South Carolina. Looks like a really nasty rain event for you guys. So Carolina is getting pretty much hammered with this. And the Carolina coast getting a ton of rainfall from this one so far. And that finally kind of just diminishes. Here's a second piece of energy that's pretty interesting. It's pretty small and tight and compact, which usually means that it will later become a pretty major snowstorm, just because it's starting out small and snowy, and that doesn't really make it, but it could drop a few inches of snow to the northeast. So you're talking New York City, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So all these major areas, Boston, could possibly, so far, what the GFS is showing is that they could possibly have some snowfall. You get a second, or not a second, but another storm after I get this off. Sorry, guys. Oh gosh, let me get you back. You get a second storm that starts forming. You get North Texas getting hammered with possibly even an ice storm. And then this starts moving into Kansas, and then that also showing a lot of ice falling from that one. And then this moves into North Central, looking like another major snowstorm, possibly even a blizzard. And then this just continues to grow, giving New York City yet another small snowstorm that could drop a few more additional inches of snow. And then that moves out. Behind it, you get possible thunderstorms in Pennsylvania and the mid-Atlantic. But a very sharp cutoff with this one, with the cold and the warm air. You could see that they're pretty tight. And on the backside of this, you could see some snow falling. Oh, sorry guys, I keep pulling this up. Every time I accidentally click on the map, that sounding comes up. So if you're wondering why I keep pulling that up accidentally, that is because if you click on the map, it'll automatically pull it up. But that's it for the model run. So we're going to be taking a look at your energy and timing. So let me put this to the 20. Let's put this to today. So this is actually not today. 28th. We got today. So you can see your first storm starting to take shape. Right now, this would be located around Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois. So that's pretty much where it's located now. And the later this gets, the more intense it will. Look at this band of energy kind of flowing from Maine to pretty much just Iowa and Michigan and the Wisconsin area. So keep an eye out for that. That'll move through New York City and Long Island, possibly even New Jersey, bringing some precipitation. Big system brewing down here just south of California. That is fueling this next system that's going to become flying through. This is your system that I showed earlier on the GFS that brought a little bit of snow to the areas along the I-95 corridor. So that's that's that, and then that moves through. Here comes another big system that will be impacting South Carolina and the Carolina coast with a lot of heavy rainfall. That moves out. Here's a little system that could dip down from Canada, which I do not think the GFS showed. Here comes your second big rainstorm that could impact the southeast a little bit farther south. So you're talking a little bit maybe like Georgia, Florida, and those areas. So this is your major system that we were just talking about. You can see if I put this to precipitation and moisture. So we'll put this to, so this is February 11th at 7 a.m. And we switch this to the precipitation, and you can see at the exact time it is, you can see that it's the same storm. So it's both showing a ton of energy and a lot of precipitation. So watch out for this storm. So, I mean, it's a long ways away, but we still have to watch this system, and we still have to keep an eye on how low this low pressure system could actually get. Because if this falls, if this falls low enough, then you could have extreme snowfall in these areas and pretty heavy accumulating ice. So just watch out for that. We'll switch this back to our energy and our wind. You can see New York City in an intense band of extreme wind and energy from this system. This is wind energy, if you guys wanted to know and you didn't, but that moves through, and that's pretty much the end of the model run. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this update. If you haven't already, like, share, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. But just keep in mind that these storms have so much potential to become major, major snowstorms that the whole nation's going to talk about. So watch all these systems, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So catch you guys in the next update, and have a good night.